Happy New Year, everybody. So Advisor Movements 31 December 2020. I'm also going to use this chance to do a year in review. So you can listen to me for 1 minute or 10 minutes, whatever takes your fancy. But getting straight into it, weekly moves of the week ending 31 December. Ceased net advisors leaving the industry, that's 9, switched 0 and 2 new advisors joined the industry. So a net loss overall of 7. But obviously a light week given the holiday break, either in terms of just activity in the market, but also in terms of processing times by licensees. So it'll be interesting to see what transpires in the first week of January. So let's get straight into the year in review, given there's no shout out to switches. So the number of advisors as at each year end, we had 20,790 advisors as at the end of December, so a decrease of about 3,000 from 2019, made up a mix of accountants and financial planners. Within that financial planning group, a lot of risk advisors actually left the industry this year. You saw that in terms of the market share numbers, in terms of net premium written. I think it was down 30% from previous year. I think we'll see that decline in 2021 even further, both in terms of risk advisors leaving and therefore in terms of lower overall life insurance volumes being written by the risk segment within financial planning, but also in terms of the impact the FASEA exam will have as we approach the 2021 deadline. I think you'll start to see more advisors leave in the second half of December, from the July to December period in 2021. So significantly south of the 20,000 number. I think you'll be closer to the 4,000 advisors that left in 2019. Let's get straight into the biggest gains for the year or the last 2 years. And we're looking at dealer groups with advisors of 50 or more at December 2020. So the first number you'll see is actually the 2019 number, the movement. And the second number will be the 2020 number, giving you an overall move over the last 2 years from the highs within the financial planning space within each of the dealer groups. So we're going to do a top 10. So number 10 in terms of biggest gains. So 3 advisors left in 2019 for Nextplan Financial, and 29 advisors actually joined. Nextplan Financial is run out of Melbourne there by David Corridon. We actually had AMP and Charter advisors make up a bulk of that 29 advisors, leaving all up 26 advisors within that dealer group. So 59 advisors now make up Nextplan Financial. In 9th position, the Marcus O'Sullivan run and TAL-owned Affinia. So 37 advisors, mostly stemming from Aon Hewitt's close of the licence and also from Clearview. In 2020, they actually had 7 advisors net leave, so all up 30 advisors have joined Affinia over the last 2 years, so leaving that dealer group at 192 advisors. Inside Investment Services, so a Paul Kelly run there, mostly Ozshore, those 27 advisors, so Paul Kelly being of Futuro fame. So 30 advisors, giving that dealer group 50 advisors, so 150% increase from December 2018. Link Advice, again tailored for the industry funds, 33 advisors run by Duncan McPherson. So most of those advisors either came from other industry funds and also from Advisor Network in 2019. Advice Evolution, David Harris, so 36 advisors, so mostly predominantly Financial Wisdom, those advisors, 80% of those 36 advisors came from Financial Wisdom, so a significant uptick in size, up to 68 advisors. Alliance Wealth coming in next, Angus Benbow run Alliance Wealth, that's under the Centrepoint Alliance brand. So now sitting at 184 advisors, a mixed number of, advisors coming from different licensees in 2019. In 2020, or in 2019, it was a lot from Aon Hewitt and Securitor. Jonathan Christie run Oriana Financial Services, so a significant uptick, rating the coffers there of the MLC-owned brands. So Godfrey Pembroke, Garvin, and MLC now sitting at 59 advisors. So a significant uptick from December 2018. Capstone in third place. Grant O'Reilly run and owns Capstone. 60 advisors now sitting at 261. Most of those advisors have again come from the big banking firms, so CFP, FinWiz, BT, Securitor. Lifespan now sitting at 268 advisors, 86 increase. Again, Lifespan, AMP and Charter advisors moving across to Lifespan in 2020. And the biggest gain in 2020 was actually Fortnum. So with the Neil Younger run there, Fortnum, 104 advisors, so doubling its numbers, and Fortnum picking up from FinWiz, CFP and Securitor in 2020 and across 2019, but Henderson Matoush advisors also coming across in 2019. So they're the biggest gains. We'll now look at the biggest losses, and we're only looking at licensees that are active as at December 2020. So no licensees that have either been made redundant or they've been wound up for some reason or closed down. So PIS, again, Professional Investment Services, Angus Benbow run, Centrepoint Alliance own, their two licensees being the Alliance Wealth, aforementioned. 103 advisors left the PIS brand, so now sitting at 130 advisors as at December 2020. Merit Wealth, predominantly a accounting limited license there, so 85 in 2019, 55 in 2020, 140 advisors left there. GPS Wealth, again, another predominantly run accounting sort of license, 146 advisors there. Count Plus, Matthew Rowe run and listed. Predominantly a lot of those advisors under the Count Financial umbrella were CBA from the 2018 transaction. So 172 advisors departing under that brand, now sitting at 241. Some changes going on at Count. SMSF Advisor Network, again, a limited license brand. It's also still, though it's now the largest license in Australia with 839 advisors, but has decreased by 23% in the year. Charter, AMP owned, 246, now sitting at 457. ANZ at 254, now sitting at 156, so a 62% decrease. MLC and NAB, previously NAB owned MLC, now under the IWF brands. So 416 advisors leaving there. Now, a lot of those advisors either left the industry or were transitioned into the Garvin brand. So some of those actually are now sitting in Garvin, which has also had a decrease, but not that substantial size. CFP, 505 advisors, now sitting at 226. It'll be interesting to see what CBA do with the CFP brand over the next couple of years. And taking out top spot, AMP, no surprises there with 595 advisors, now sitting at the number 2 biggest license in Australia with a 42% loss. Overall, Hillross, Charter, AMP, IPAC have lost close to 1,000 advisors over the last 2 years under their current plans. So that's it from me. Please, if you haven't already, jump onto the platform, claim your profile if you're an advisor. We do call it the Trusted Independent Marketplace. We aren't run by anybody else, but please go on there, get your reviews. It's free to do so. It's free to engage in the platform. So that's it from me for the week. I'll be with you again in the next few days. Thanks.